What is up, YouTube? We're back at it. Another story time. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm sure. Catch us over on Twitch. That's the place to see this live. Before and after, get all the details about the story time. Alright. I appreciate you guys. As always, stay golden. Enjoy the video. So the chick he's talking about is the girl I lost my virginity to.
Yeah.
Wait, that no.
Yeah. He comes. So we got the. No, I don't know if he smoked, but Nate and I were in my room. We knew the chick was coming over, and Nate and I were watching TV.
Hey, don't forget the most important part is this is the girl that Nate was in love with.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did it? Oh, that's right. He was hot for her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So there we go. I guess Nate had it out for this chick. And this chick had it out for Lane, and Lane was more than welcome or more obliged or whatever to.
I was not actually.
He-
The way
I
it
think he
started, the way it started, her car broke down, and I was nice. I was nice.
Yeah.
I was
How it
a
always
nice
starts.
guy. I was a nice guy because I was kind of the boss at Golden Corral, right? Like everybody did what
Wow,
I fucking said.
We told
even-
the fucking pedo to fuck off and do work.
Which one? The manager or the one in the dish
The-
pit?
Oh, I didn't know about the dish pit. The
You
manager.
you remember when the dish pit guy and the grill cook got in a fight,
Yes, I do remember that.
and I like drop kicked the grill cook out of the way. Like I heard him, but I wasn't trying to. I was trying to get him out of there, and then I was on the dish pit guy's back trying to choke him out
Yeah.
until the cops got there. This guy won't fucking
was-
chill out. That was Christmas Eve.
Man, maybe I wasn't there. Maybe it was the story then. But
Well,
I remember it happening. I
but-
remember. There
but
was
back-
a time police did come.
Yeah, back to the girl.
Yeah.
So-
back to the girl that you had.
I-
Car.
So her car broke down, and she asked if I'd give her a ride home. I was like, sure, I'll give you a ride home. So we start driving, and then we get like halfway there, and my pants are undone, and her hand's going to town, right? So she's fucking shaking the dice, feeding the chicken, just. And we get to her house, and I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
So we get there, and she just gets out like nothing happened.
Oh
Right?
man.
Blue balls.
Yeah.
Bad
blue
as
balls
fuck.
The fuck out of you.
And I've never had blue balls before. I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to do. I didn't know you're just supposed to finish it.
Yeah, you got to.
So
Alright,
So then the second day, she needed a ride home. I'm like, sure, she'll finish what she started.
Nope.
Right? So we get halfway there, and my pants are down again. Now it's her mouth.
Nice.
So her mouth is going to town. We get to her house, and she stops and gets out like nothing's fucking happening. Like, I didn't finish yet. So 2 days, back to back, blue balls. So 2 days, back to back blue balls. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I'm in so much pain. Day 3 comes around, and she says, hey, can I have a ride home? And like, she said it just like that. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I gave you a ride home the last 2 days. Jesus Christ. But she said it differently. She said a ride home.
Yeah, with the heavy emphasis on ride.
Yeah. So I go to give her a ride home, and I drive past where Cody and I lived at the time. And she was like, where are you going? I was like, I'm taking you home. Like, oh, totally oblivious. I'm like, I'm taking you home. And she's like, no, I said, could I have a ride home? I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm giving you a fucking ride home. Why do you keep saying
Be more
it?
specific, damn it.
And she's like, no, a ride home. And I look at her, I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. So I fucking turn the white dragon around as fast as possible.
Well, you gotta make sure that you can never assume
Yeah.
anything.
So we get to Cody and I's house, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have a condom, and I've never done this before. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Okay, okay, but you're leaving out important parts here. You know,
No,
so this is the
we
part
just
where
haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay.
So we get to the house and I have no condoms and I've never done this before, so I'm like, I have to have a condom, right? So I'm like, okay, I know Cody's got a box of them in his top drawer of his dresser, a big ass box of them. Like
Big ass
Cody,
box, yep.
Cody had a box of condoms.
Actually, I didn't buy them. I think it was Ariel who bought them at the time. One of the girlfriends.
So, anyways,
Ow.
I like go into his room and I'm trying to like make small talk with him and Nate, because Nate's in love with this girl and Nate didn't know she was there. Cody did, Nate didn't. But
No,
Nate's in
Nate-
love with her.
No. See,
No,
here,
'cause-
Nate and I talked about it. That's the weird thing. Is like
Afterwards,
You know,
because after all
after
this
you
happened,
left.
she went to work the next day and was telling all the guys from the halfway house from CAC, oh, I had sex with Lane and da, da, da. And they're all like, so when I walked into work that morning, they all come up to me, I heard you're a man now. I'm like, nope, never happened. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
yeah, fucking denied it.
I go into Cody's room making small talk, trying to make it not obvious that I'm there for a condom. And I like
When we
pull,
both knew what the fuck you were grabbing.
I pulled a box of condoms out of his dresser and I'm like, oh, you still have these, huh? And he's like, yeah, no shit. He's like, how many girls do you see at my house? So I'm like fucking with one of them. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, you know, and I try and like sneak it into my pocket, but it looked too obvious. So I panicked and said, abort mission. We don't need a condom. I just put the condoms back and I'm like, whatever. They'll never
walked
know.
away.
They'll never know.
And he went out without any fucking protection.
So I go back into my bedroom, which was like my headboard was against Cody's headboard. Didn't think that through.
No.
Yeah, my headboard's against Cody's headboard. So I'm like, fuck, I don't have a condom. And she's like, oh, it's fine, I can't get pregnant. Red flag.
Red flag. Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, I don't care, my balls hurt. Put them in your mouth or something. Right? So she like starts playing with it, whatever. I'm like, no biggie, no biggie. And then, yeah, no biggie. Talking about my dick, now very big. No biggie. But
That's a
anyways,
big one. Don't let him lie.
so she's playing with it, whatever. It gets nice and hard. Nice and hard. I'm talking about a dick.
Your dick. Yes.
So she like rolls over on her side and sticks it in there, and immediately it crosses the threshold. Boom! Empty the clip. Like, dude, less than a second. Like, I felt the heat coming off of it, and I was coming on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I busted immediately, and she just kind of rolls over and looks at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, don't worry, there's more. I said that. I said, don't worry, there's more.
Be patient.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, so she slides it back in there. I get 2 pumps this time.
2 pumps. There's 2 pumps.
Yeah, 2 pumps. Empty the clip. And then that's when she rolls over and looks over her shoulder at me and just says, really? I'm like, I got 1 more in me. And she's like, okay. So then the 3rd time, you know, 3rd time's a charm. I did good that time. I went to work. Went to work on it that time. We're
lucky
going.
bastard.
Yeah, we're going to town, right? In and out, in and out, in and out, and the headboard's banging against the wall. And I'm thinking about that. Cody and Nate are in the other room, just listening.
Watching Trailer Park Boys.
like an hour after we do it, right? After we're both finished. I doubt she finished after I finished for the 3rd time. we're both like trying to go to sleep, and the door opens, my bedroom door opens, and it's Cody, and he looks at us, and he's like, "Hey, she's got to go home. Mom's gonna get mad."
Yeah.
So I'm like,
It was
okay,
like 4
fuck.
a.m. and she's fucking sleeping in the bed.
So I'm like, fuck. So I wake her up. I'm like, hey, I gotta take you home, and she's like, oh, okay. I take her home. We get there, drop her off. She comes over, like, or comes to work that next day. Well, a few hours later, she's at work. She gets there like 2 hours before me. I walk into work, and all the guys from the halfway house from CAC walk up, like, oh, we hear you're a man now. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you and Alex, you guys boned last night. I was like, no, we didn't.
I broke her fucking heart.
Dude, she quit that day.
Yeah.
She
broke her
walked out.
fucking heart.
She walked out that day. She quit.
She
Because-
wasn't too bad. Thinking about it now, she wasn't too fucking bad.
And she was honestly a nice, like, she was a nice girl.
Yeah.
But the fact that she went to work and was like, oh, I made Lane a man. I was like, no, the fuck you didn't.
Yeah.
Deny.
If she didn't go and brag about it, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
She kind of did it to herself.
Yeah. All the guys walk up to me when I get to work, like, oh, you hear you're a man now. I'm like, nope. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm like telling them that she's lying to them, and they're like, oh, what? So they all go and start being mean to her for lying to them because they automatically take my word.
Yeah. Well, you know what CRC or CRC is, right?
CAC, yeah.
Or CAC?
Huh?
You know what
CAC?
CAC? Yeah, you know what CAC is, right?
Potentially?
It's the
It's,
halfway house. It's the people getting out of prison that are like still.
Yeah.
So you don't fucking lie to these people. You don't fuck with them.
No.
So
No.
I lied to them and they believed me. If any of them are watching right now, I apologize. I'm sorry. Ray, I'm sorry. Mike, I'm sorry. Why do I remember all their names?
That's crazy. I don't.